Go. Hit that like button and subscribe, of course. Kev Rowe, could you hear me? Yeah, if you're not signed up to my Patreon at the right thing for y'all can come over there and help me solve this massive revelation we got at hand with the American Red Cross. Shout out to Louis Farrakhan. I see the NOI watching Kev Gills. They agree with Kev. They agree with Mr. Gillespie. Title 36 in American Red Cross. Hit the ones. I mean, where is everybody? Am I bugging? Or is my chat moving too slow? Thank you, Mrs. Amanda. Thank you for that. I thought it was me. All right, cool. For the people that's here and in class, always waiting on Kev, helping me do my thing. Shout out to you, Taj, Brittany, Amanda, a few other people that's in there. I'll wait to do those shout outs. Teresa, good to see you. You gotta focus, Teresa. I don't know what you're doing in the chat room, if in the Discord. If you're not going to help do it, you'll be great right here on YouTube. Title 36, and I want to show y'all something. Very dear to me because I'm at a great pivotal point in this whole historic event, if you don't mind. A few days ago, I think it was Friday. Friday, we talked about what? Article 36, right? And the patriotic societies and observances. And number one on the list is, of course, my favorite, America's National Red Cross. Number one. I see these as little Columbo things that we're going to have to go through, Xing each and every one of these out. Not as hard as people think it is, because in real life, I'm just probably going to go down the list anyway. And we went over most of these during class or during this whole year, kind of. So I thank a lot of people for tuning in and staying committed to the rope and making sure that they brain stay activated. It's at your own leisure. Okay, don't try to be way up in front of the class if you don't belong. If you're not on this type of stay, it's okay to stay right here. It's Kev ain't going nowhere. Tell him, Bocat. It's okay to just chill. It's okay, because Kev gonna hold you accountable. So it's best if you just stay right here. And just stay right here. Press 1. I'm too close to my mission. I'm too close to allow little stigmatas to annoy my psyche at this current time in my investigation. This is gonna be good. What's up with it, Bocat? You gonna enjoy this, bro. You're gonna enjoy this, because everything we've been talking about, you've been sitting right here, front row, this whole time. Everything we've been talking about, you about to see it in black and white. Now, I was lucky enough to get the first one, American Red Cross, and it's everything. I'm confident. I'm ready. Listen, hey, Bocat, I'm ready for my oral presentation. I'm trying to get these niggas ready. Like, bro, what y'all gonna study, bro? But they taking their time, bro. You know what, Mike? He ain't doing that. He's sitting back chilling, watching movies. Check this out. Niggas don't put together a whole half of documentaries already. They just up doing, that's on them. People study at their own risk. Don't put yourself up here if you don't belong. It's facts. I'm trying to tell you. Hit the like button. Thank you. So we can get started. How you doing, Sweet Pea? Good to see you. Teresa like, yes, sir. Teresa, come on. I believe in you. Something. You see Tiffany? Something. Say something. That's all I can ask. What's up with you, Savannah? Good to see you, SBDM Radio. Good to see you, Aaron Boozer. Shout out to you in the chat room. Yeah, I'll wait. It's a good time because everything that I've been gearing y'all up for, I had no idea what Title 36 was. Shout out to, I believe it was said. I think it was said. And if it was said, take credit for it. If not, stand down, soldier. But I think it was said who brought up Title 36. I've never seen this in my life. Ever have I ever seen Title 36. I said, wow. So I'm hoping the rest of y'all are excited as I am, because I'm taking this real serious. It's everything. It's everything in black and white. The whole Red Cross, concentration camp, invasion, coup, theft as well. It's all in one. Genocide as well. You can throw genocide and eugenics all in the same pot right there. See, that's what we've been doing this whole time. Raising the bar and uncovering the past mistakes, which is, I mean, you got to go to the root of the problem, and that's the Red Cross. So since they're number one on the list, and we've been studying the Red Cross, ideological subversion, the theater of war, propaganda, disguises, and all this other good shit that us grown folk like to, you know what I'm saying, research. And so that's what we on. How you doing, Miss Sarah? Good to see you. So I want to take y'all to my favorite, which is the Red Cross, because it's fresh. We've been dealing with it, and it's fresh on y'all minds. So it's number one. So I'm gonna go all the way down, because these are the things they have in place that came under. You hear me? Under the Red Cross. Okay? Under the Red Cross. Every one of these. Look, y'all don't let Kev just do it by himself. Too late. Too late. Hey, listen, y'all don't bucked up. Let Kev do it by himself. G. Too late. Kev will do it. Fuck it, Mike. Fuck it. You my dog, but fuck it. I'll do it. So, oh, what a time it is to be alive. So, check this out. Okay, we going to chapter 1, American Red Cross, chapter 1, corporation created, continuation of corporation, right name and powers of corporation. You got to go through all this shit. Repealed membership status, chapters, rules, regulations, governor, chapters, elections, officers, board of governors. This is all under the American National Red Cross. I mean, all you see is a Red Cross. You don't really see what it takes to be so-called the Red Cross. But here, permanent building at headquarters in where? Washington, D.C. Press 1. In where? Washington, D.C. Look at your neighbor and say,
not like this. Not like this.
So do you know what that's hinting at? What did I say? The Red Cross is your government. Final answer. They've been in power and keeping you in a state of emergency and peril this whole time. And that's what they're doing at this current moment with their media propaganda. But let's go to cross references, okay? So, for you guys helping me out on my squad, operation of American Red Cross vessels under Neutrality Act of 1939. Press 1. Does anybody know what the Neutrality Act is of 1939? Can somebody call that in? I got faith. We gonna all do it together. Guess what? Kev love I know you couldn't do it. I was just fucking with y'all on this. I know you can't do it. I know. Hey, Tosh, the shit get crazy. Y'all look at all of them. You see, look. Neutrality Act of 1939. Do you know what that is? Boy, it'd be great to have participation in this classroom once and for all. So let's go to Neutrality Act. Okay. After fierce debate in Congress, the final Neutrality Act passed. This act lifted the arms embargo and put all trade with belligerent nations under the terms of cash and carry. The ban on loans remained in effect, and American ships were barred from transferring goods to belligerent ports. Oh my goodness, that sounds a little racist. But there you have it. That cross-reference operation of the American Red Cross vessels under this act here. Okay? See section 444, like Jay-Z say, press 1, title 22, Foreign Relations and Intercourse. See? Oh man, title 444 is numerology, man. God, all right, bro. And all this dealing in title deeds. And look at this stuff, y'all. Corporation created. Clara Barton, Hillary A. Herbert, okay? Thomas F. Walsh, Charles Glover, Charles Bell, Maribel Boardman, George Dewey, such and such, James R. Garfield. So he's a creator of this. He's a corporation created. Look, S.W. Woodward, Mary Logan, William Howard Taft. That's a president. See? What would that have to do with breaking down the government, and what is trust busting? But we'll get to that in a bit. Illinois Kaufman of Carolina. That's cool. I'm going down here. It just names all of the people. Cool. You can do your research. So many different people, right? Now you got down here to the preamble, which is very important because you can actually read it. You can actually read it here. Oh my goodness. Let me I'm sorry about that. Let me scoot this over. There it goes. Okay. Act January 5th, 1905, as amended by Act May F, 1947. That's a huge jump of amends, but Chapter 50, SS 1261, Start 80, provided, whereas on the 22nd of August, 1884 at Geneva, Switzerland, parliamentary something, whatever that is, respectively, representation, Italy, Baden, Belgium, Denmark, Spain, Portugal, France, Prussia, Saxony, Württemberg, and the Federal Council of Switzerland agreed upon 10 articles of the treaty are, oh my goodness, of a treaty or convention for the purpose of mitigating the evils and is inseparable from war. Oh my goodness. From ameliorating the condition of soldiers wounded on the field of battle, and particularly providing, among other things, in effect, the persons employed in hospitals and according relief to the sick and wounded, and supplies for the purpose shall be deemed neutral and entitled to protection. I told you there was like a neutral peacekeeping type of health, only to take care of people, but never mind that. And that a distinctive and uniform flag shall be adopted for hospitals and ambulance and convoys of sick and wounded, and the arm badge for individuals neutralized. And a distinctive flag. And whereas the said treaty had been revised and extended by a treaty or convention on the Ameliorating of the condition of the wounded and sick of armies in the field, signed at Geneva, July 27, 1929. Is this before the crash? And adhered to by the United States of America, effective August 8th, 1932. And whereas the International Conference of Geneva in 1863, remember that date, recommended that there exists in every country a committee whose mission consists of cooperating in times. That's going back to the kings and queens, King George and them. It's just an overthrow of that. And cooperating in times of war with hospital service of the army by all means in its power. And whereas a permanent organization and the agency needed in every nation to carry out the purpose of said treaties, and especially to secure supplies and to execute the humane objects contemplated said by said treaties, with the power to adopt and use the distinctive flag and arm badge specific. This shit sound like Nazism at its fine. I think that is the shit. Like I told you, that is it. It's like incorporating a whole fucking world army. That's what this sounds like to me. This sounds like honestly, this sounds like what they say, you about to go into the New World Order. No, this sounds like the plans of the individuals who put you in some form of the New World Order by way of humanitarian assistance, armed badges, big, and this is a whole invading force. This is a whole, the United Nations, the Red Cross were changing the identities of Nazi German folk over to Americans. That's what they were doing. Why? Because they were wiping and genociding you out of fucking existence. That's why. Hit the like button. I've been proving this whole year. Here it is here that these people are over in Switzerland at this time doing this. When you're supposed to be a colonial America, founding fathers against great. This is the whole banking system robbing America right here. This is them coming together by way of humanitarian effort. Did no war. This is when they came here and began a war. Usurped the government by way of corporate, federal, fucking hostile coup. Well, they just shoot all the black people and run them out of office and take over the banking systems, right? Make all of your gold practices and silver illegal, right? This shit's wild, to tell you the truth, that people can actually think this was so long ago. And I think that's why this history is covered up, is because, I mean, why they want you to focus on so long ago, because in reality, if you was to know, this stuff just happened. And who did it? It's the who, what, where, when, and why, and how for me. You know, how did America's gold end up? How did you become on the stock market to Switzerland and all of these Italy and French banking systems and Swiss banking accounts? And if you can't ask, there's no reason why you would want to be free. There's no reason to even, honestly, y'all, a lot of people just might as well stay asleep. This not for a lot of people, G. This is not for a lot of people. A lot of men in the world, y'all so low in faith and weak, just go back to bed. Just going back to you don't want to learn and lead the household. You don't want to do that. I can see now. You like being in a submissive state and subservient to somebody else. I get it now. I understand this. I can retire right now. I just get up here and do an hour now. I'm up here thinking, oh my goodness, all I gotta do is wake these brothers up. And these brothers are, that's not how it works. These brothers right here, what happened is people are playing and then some people are not. You see? That's the difference. And everything that I've said from this whole damn time is right here in paperwork. And I just start reading it right now. So I get it. Black brothers, men, they don't want freedom. I know what you want. You want to cry so you can get $1 from the same people who robbed you to make it appear like you want something. I get it totally now. I get it. Niggas is real comfortable. I get it. You niggas couldn't speak the truth. If they wanted to, they might get put out the house. They probably can't speak the truth because they get fired from their job. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that got the average male afraid of knowledge, wisdom, and God. I keep telling y'all, this is a battle for the mind of humanity. This is spiritual, mental. Yeah. And if you allow yourself, if your body is complacent when history like this and information like this, and it doesn't cause you to go into a whirlwind of what the fuck and want to know more, this ain't for you. And it's okay, cause I'm not dependent on you. I don't, it doesn't mean anything that way or that way. If you are natural, if you can't see that this is in black and white, okay, I don't have to hold your hand. I don't have to hold your hand and you say, Kev, what about me? The interest of this alone, which you've been sitting right here this whole time, is right here. 1929. Okay? Now watch this. And whereas the International Conference of Geneva 1880 to recommend that there in every country and committee whose commission consists in cooperating in the times of war with the hospital service of the armies by all means in its power, and it's like a world army, and it's an army, it's a piece of the emergency army unit in every country, whereas a permanent organization and agency needed in every nation to carry out the purpose of said treaties, and especially to secure supplies and execute the humane objects contemplated by said treaties. Adopt a distinctive flag, an orange badge. What that sound like? Anyway, specified by said treaties on which said be the sign of the Red Cross for the purpose of cooperating with the Comite AE1 International Des Secures Aux Militaries Bless AE1's International Committee of Relief for the Wounded in War. Sounds French. Sound like a French way to invade by way of Nazis to invade the Americas. And whereas in accordance with the requirements and customs of the said international body, such as an association adopting and using said SIGMA, was formed in the city of Washington, District of Columbia in July 1881, known as the American National Association of the Red Cross, reincorporated April 17, 1893 under the laws of the District of Columbia, and reincorporated by the Act of Congress in June 1900, whereas it is believed that the importance of the work demands a repeal of the present charter and reincorporation of the society under government supervision. Now therefore, change of name. These are different name changes. Department of War Design. This is the Red Cross here. Okay, Department of War, designated Department of the Army, and title of the Secretary of War changed to Secretary of the Army by Section 205A, Act July 26, 1947. Change 343, Title 2, 61 Stat 501, Section 205A of the Act July 26, 1947 was repealed by Section 53 of Act August 10th, 1956. Lord have mercy. Enacted Title 10 Armed Forces, which in sections such as 3010 continued Department of the Army under the administrative supervision of the Secretary of the Army. So they don't became the whole American Army. This is they. I think the Red Cross just became the American Army. I think they just became the American German Civilian Guard. That's what was here after the Great War. The German American Civilian Guard. Continuation of corporation. The corporation now existing as the National Red Cross under Section 1, 2 to 6, 8, and 9 of this title shall continue as a body corporate and politic in the District of Columbia. The first national convention after May 8, 1947 shall be convened and held under rules and regulations prescribed by the government body of the corporation and presently constituted. After such first national convention, the board of governors of the corporation from time to time shall constitute the associates and successors of the incorporators and named in the sections, and neither the said incorporators nor the associates of successors therefore designated by them or by their successors have any powers or duties. Name of powers of corporation. Name and powers of the corporation. So without any need for relief or keeping you in a state of war, there's really no need for the Red Cross. I don't even understand how this has never been even like, wait, the Red Cross is looking more like the federal government, the corporate structure of your military industrial complex, which could probably be just a bunch of German and Russian foreign invaders, if you really want to get historical about it. You just like walking around like a corporate structure. They got erections here, licenses for erections and use of buildings on military installations. See 26 and blah, blah, blah. Look, the purpose of the corporation and shall be first to furnish volunteer aid to the sick and wounded of armed forces in time of war, in accordance with the spirit and conditions of the Conference of the Geneva of October 1863. And they go all the way back, bro. I don't know why they say time don't matter. And also of the treaties of the Red Cross are the treaties of Geneva of August 22nd, 1864, and July 27, 1999, to which the United States of America has given adhesion. Find out what that is, and also of any other treaty or convention similar with purchase to which the United States of America may hereafter give its adhesion. Again, under the Neutrality Act, Board of Governors, number of elections, governors, number, elections, tenure, filling vaccines, annual meetings, voting by proxy. The President of the United States shall fill as soon as may be any vacancy that may occur by death, resignation, or otherwise. Okay, so the president appoint. Okay, wow, all of them are intertwined. Okay, so it's starting to look like the main corporation is that in which this comes from, just as it states, number one. Reimbursement of defense, Department of Defense for auditing expenses. Annual report. Cool. All this is by Congress, so that's starting to look like the whole federal system built off of probably pensions of the old dead people, in which we still practicing military time and life-saving measurements. See, Unique said they learned that Clara Barton started in the Army. So that's pretty much, she started right here in the Red Cross, and it became the Army. Ain't that crazy, Unique? Yeah, ain't they claiming by here they help us? That's what I'm getting at. There's no one like me. That's what I'm getting at right there with your comment. I think they're needing a reason. I mean, we played all of the videos from. They need a reason to be here. And remember, with the floods, with that, and then you had something big going on, and on the Eastern Front in the world, to where a lot of those children were being sent over here by way of the church under the federal government as well, which is humanitarianism, Red Cross type of analogies, all of it. That's why I'm like, whoa, then the black people were under the control of the Red Cross, and that would make sense that they went into those internment camps. This is making more and more sense. And look, the endowment fund is the National Red Cross should be kept and invested under the management and control of the board of 9 trustees.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Who shall be elected from time to time by the Board of Governors under such regulations regarding terms and tenure of office, accountability, and expense as the Board of Governors shall prescribe. Changed amendments. 1947 Act may 8 change election of and trustees by incorporators and their successors to election by Board of Governors. Permanent building, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. Everything is coming out of Washington. Chapter 1A, Daughters of the American Revolution. Press 1. Remember I told y'all about the Daughters of the Confederacy? I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let your brain sit on that for a sec. Remember I told you about the Daughters of the Confederacy? Press 1. Who do they blame? Who do Washington blame all of the Confederate statues on? The Daughters of the Confederacy. But they are one, and all are one, and one is all. So one blaming the other one is really just a sleight of a hand. Or you know how you use dishwashing detergent and you start oiling them hands up like Birdman? That's called one hand washing the other, just by throwing it like tennis, or basketball. Just throw it back over here. You don't get it, nigga. Throw it back over here and shut the fuck up so I can slam dunk it and you can alley-oop, nigga. What? Press 1. You gotta know this. So that's what they do it. Throwing the ball around the game. I'm as a spectator, you got to know the rules of the game, right? So we got to know a little bit of it. We've been watching this game for too long. Look, corporations created purposes. All of this right here. What the hell is this? Be careful. These names can be dead people names. Press 1. They could have stole all these names off the Titanic. Who knows? JP Morgan wasn't shit. Hit the like button and subscribe. JP Morgan wasn't shit. Don't act like you knew him because you go to his bank. Press 1. Don't act like you know JP Morgan. Okay? So all of these women. Okay, let's see. Corporation created purposes, right to acquire, hold, and dispose of property, constitution, bylaw. Okay, these are all the people. And their associates are created a body corporate of politic in the District of Columbia by the name of National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution for patriotic, historical, and educational purposes to perpetrate the memory and spirit of the men and women who achieve American independence by the acquisition and protection of historical spots and erection of monuments. Here they go. By the encouragement of historical research in relation to the American Revolution and the publication of its results, by the preservation of the documents and relics and of the records of the individual service and revolutionary soldiers and patriots, and by these are all gatekeeping society corporations. These are all gatekeeping ass corporations with little fucking history fucking storylines that they all gonna swear to uphold to by corporate fucking law. Fucking time immemorial, the fucking corporate fucking That's why I be having a long time to come online. Y'all don't know. I'll be like, damn, bro, what does this mean, bro? It's all corporate malarkey, man. Oh my goodness. So, right to acquire, hold, and dispose property. Oh my goodness. Annual report, historical material. So they setting the stage on. If you go down there to the Smithsonian, it say the society shall report annually to the Society of the Smithsonian Institution concerning its proceedings. So they're just creating history, in my opinion, as they go, and both of them making sure that they, stick to the same script. So it's a ever revolving cycle of infinity bullshit. Press. When you ever seen number 8? This is an ever-ending cycle of rotation bullshit. Let me see. Let's see. Charter 1B, American Historical Association. You see that? Same thing. Another corporation created to right to hold property and all of this stuff. Right? Let's keep going. All of these things are a part of your federal government. Let's go to chapter 2, Boy Scouts of America. Remember I was telling y'all about Hitler's Youth? But remember I told y'all them and the little boys from back in the day, all of this comes from the same aspect of children that was children soldiers, like Adolf Hitler had them. Stalin had them, and they came over here too. Don't get this shit twisted. So when them kids came over from over there, they were war trained. They were good shots. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you because I don't want you to look at these children back in the day that's coming from overseas to here for refuge. And when it's a go, don't you think for twice that this little boy won't shoot you in the damn head and steal your name, property, gold, silver, bank account. It doesn't matter. They'll do it today. Your own family will do it today. So you damn right back then they'll do it. Orphan trains, they was bringing them in from over there. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Listen, Boy Scouts of America Incorporated. Okay? Okay? Again, why do you think the Boy Scouts got that issue with those old ass dudes? Same thing that was going on back then with the Hitler and all of that stuff. It's the same. It's the Roman little 300 little secret. Press 1 that Hollywood can't hide. So we're not hiding it. It's what it is. It's what it is. Okay? Africa has child soldiers today. Yep. That's true. Okay, so I just want you to know that these are all branches of government and pieces of government. Even though you don't know that, you probably don't know, don't care. I want you to see the inception from the beginning, how it came into power. Okay, Girl Scouts of America. You can go find videos on these young people back in the day. They don't just got those Swiss Army knives for nothing. That's Swiss for a reason. Swiss is the Red Cross. That's Switzerland. So when you got the Swiss Army knife, you can do anything with that. Eat, open a can, make a fire. Press what? You can do anything with that. You people don't know what you can do with that. You can do everything with that little Swiss Army knife. Cut dynamite, blow dams, everything you need done. And these little boys in long hikes out there in the middle of, boy, please. But at the time, these is corporations. So remember, it's not just an army. Remember, this is a corporate army. This is a corporate. When they say the policy, this is they don't say police. They say policy. Press what? So they walking around. The little boys was in charge of the internment camp. You think the COs of America today is something? You got to be, what, 21 or something? No, them boys was 15, 16. Smoking cigarette, keeping you in line. You bet not move, boy. Well, these people came from a place, boy, they ain't never had nothing. Keeping you in line is a luxury. Okay? Okay, so these are all branches. Again, this is going back. What's the number one? What's number one? Red Cross. Without Red Cross, everything is under the Red Cross. Just like I'm saying about this. Realistically under, look, the American Legion busted. The Bible tell you about Legion.
Shame.
They are many.
Shame.
And they are many for
Shame.
show. Because it's all nations have conspired against thee, like scripture say. All nations have conspired against thee. Look, the American Legion, chapter 3. Do that sound familiar? These are like military units, perhaps corporate, Marine Corps League, Marine Corps League, Corpse League, Dead Body by Water League. Press 1. How to drown them out. Press 1. How to rule by water and make them dead in law civilly. Press 1. Maritime. How? American Legion is in every. Oh, it is, huh? You right. Those little. You think it's just bikers or something? You right. You right. United Spanish War. Spanish War veterans. Marine Corps League. Okay? This is very important. Belleau Wood Memorial Association. Okay. American veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Okay? And it's just amazing when you see it in a corporate. I seen it in the movie. You know, bullets flying everywhere. It's crazy when you see it on the paperwork and you know what you're looking at. You know, Grand Army of the Republic, corporate. You know what the Grand Army of the Republic wasn't no corporate. It protected you from this banking system. Okay? Ladies of the Grand Army of the Republic. This is like some Soviet Union shit. You see? This is like some 1984. You know that movie 1984? Have you seen it? Have you read the book 1984? That was you in the asylum. Man, they would kill y'all for having sex. They was sterilizing everybody. Press 1. That ain't nothing that's common. That's what they do to you. That's what they been doing to you the whole time. Oh, you seen this movie? You read this book 1984? I just saw the movie. They threw us in the asylum just like that. Yes, sir, Bob. Every division employed to recreate history. You see it, Mr. Radio? Now, here's your history. Now you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Radio. Now you see why I'm frustrated. Good job, son. Every bit of it, okay? So you live in the illustration of corporate wonderland, history, historical. I told you it's two histories. Mine's in what you believe. Press 1. Mine's in what you believe. I'm against, look, I don't stood up against all of it. It's right here. Okay, and gave you a different perspective. You probably run into Legion 300 around this motherfucker. Family, I'm trying to tell you. Could this be the I don't know what you mean by that black and silver. Could this, you have to call that in and like put it into words so I can understand it if you can. If you can't, that's okay, but kind of put it into word format what you mean by that. Okay? United States Blind Veterans of World War I. You know because a lot of them soldiers this is why Disney got so many hits right here. Press 1. This is why the movie theater, because you can recreate history and tell it in so many different formats because it's all nations against you. So you can tell it from a Polish perspective, a Russian perspective, a white perspective. Doesn't matter. You're not going to get it. Disabled American veterans. So you got to know this goes all the way back to the big dog, the Red Cross. Now I didn't know Red Cross was the top of the crop. I'm just in truth. Press 1. But see, you get to Red Cross, right? You get to the head of the snake. You cut its head off and the body fall. Press 1. See, now you can go down each layer and find out what was constructed under this. See, all I need is patience. That's why I start taking the weekends off. That's why. Then you can start constructively dissecting this giant boa constrictor in which have you enslaved and break it down. And since you know the head is the Red Cross Federal and they the ones who owe you. That's the evil Cobra right there. You ever seen He-Man? You ever seen the Cobra, G.I. Joe? These the bad guys. You ever seen Lord of the Rings? Nigga, this that eye. This is who you do. Nigga, you don't watch Lord of the Rings. You scared. Y'all some fake ass WWE, but you wouldn't bust a Stone Cold Steve Austin move on a gargoyle if it was right there. You niggas is scary. Press 1. We go to the top of the top here. The cream of the crop. Niggas like some Lord of the Rings. They go that damn evil eye right there. Like the brother said in the chat room, he said, could that have be the bonds or something? May have. You'd be surprised where your mind leads you to. You might uncover as many corporations, as many bonds. They incorporated the bonds. Something, but that's for you. That's for you. Shout out to Mo Bars. Come on, flowers to you. Flowers to us. Flowers to those who seek truth and knowledge and don't stay compartmentalized. Always leaving yourself open to grow. You know what I'm saying? If I had stayed that, we Indians, I would even be thinking about this. My mind said, wait, it's more to the story than just we Indian. We Aboriginal, or we African, or we were slaves. If I would have stayed in any port, we wouldn't be here. Facts. Veterans of foreign wars of the United States. Press 1. Look at this one. Veterans of foreign wars of the United States. Coffee and Kush TV breaking down the giant cobra as we speak. You on the air? What up?
Hi, this is Lita.
What's up,
from
Lita?
Cleveland, Ohio. I was calling because I did research on the Girl Scouts of America. The one thing that kept sticking out to me is just in these statues, they keep saying chapter. Like, chapter, and that just stuck out to me. And when I looked it up in the dictionary, of course, the 1828 dictionary, there's several different chapters, but one says to tax and to correct.
And
so this is just how they're taxing. Yeah, this is how they're taxing us. And I think that they actually are trying to do some type of biblical way of they doing this, because the first definition in chapter is a division of a book of treatise, as Genesis contains 50 chapters, hence the phrase to end of the chapter that is throughout to the end.
Yes.
And it's right.
What
and in
they're doing
Ecclesiastes,
is what they're doing is what they've always done, is try to line up their artificial Dead Sea with God's word and his what he got. So it's like an watch biblical prophecy unfold. Now, if they're watching biblical prophecy and trying to emulate it to distract you and encourage you and persuade you that way, because that's what it's really about, you. I see it. What you see it? You said you see it?
My God, it's real.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's all they want to do is persuade you. We need more people to be against that, against the persuasion. Now, Scripture already tell you everybody will be fooled by this, and that's okay. But everybody has a choice at the same time to wake up at a time where the world ain't nobody going to work, ain't nobody really doing nothing in the world, especially our people. So even if they are, we still researching, we still want to know the truth. So I just think now's the time to really start doing research on this type of information, just to confirm that you ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. I know I ain't tripping.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, what makes it is like you knew when you just was living and being in the world that something wasn't right, but you just never could. Well, I'm going to say me. I knew someone. I done left my job. I've been slowly processing left the world with the personal things that I'm doing. And I can see that I know God is real. Like, there's no question about it. But so thank you for even getting us to even get on this train of thought to even look and if you seek, you will find it.
Oh yeah.
Because I probably would have looked at chapter, because we normally looking at chapter, you just think of a book chapter, what they indoctrinated you with. But now my brain can even open up. Yeah.
When you went to the law book or the 1828?
The dictionary, 1828
No
dictionary.
So you went straight to the dictionary and found exactly what that means, and it wasn't about turning the page to chapter 34 for show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So thank you, and I want to call in, but you on the road, so keep on going.
Feel free, long as it's about
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you, Queen. Yeah, and she had a good point. This could have been one of the first ways they got were able to start taxing, because they weren't able to tax individuals. They weren't able to tax you. I mean, of course, foreign agencies and foreign governments weren't able to, especially but under a stolen legacy, a stolen trust, stolen beneficiaries, held hostage. Your soldiers dying, and over there, your soldiers dying, and wars going, and really they just going over there, being exterminated, going over there, being exterminated, going over there, being distracted, going over there, listening to the radio, listening to their little generals. Oh, go march over there. Gotta go over there. Meanwhile, your home is being invaded. A whole coup emergency situation by way of a Red Cross Press One, who allowed, I'm trying to tell you, ain't no way the Red Cross is allowing Nazis in America, in the Americas, which let me believe that's why they were doing. The federal government is what? The Red Cross. And the Red Cross, you can't handle the truth. You can't handle that your favorite uniform and G.I. Joe soldier outfit is really just press one, and really just what? Press one. You can't handle that. You can't handle that. That's what I'm saying. That's deep, bro. We all been sold a bag of fucking nonsense by our grandparents, our great grandparents, to hide the inevitable, bro. I mean, a lot of our forefathers, whether it be white, black, sold our people. I say our as a collective. And white people sold their youth out back in the day too for manifest destiny, and now that they children's children knows God, they damn near got to feel bad about something they wasn't even a part of. Imagine that. Press one. Imagine that one. Yeah, damn. But it's written in scripture that the children will turn and say, oh my goodness, we have inherited lies. Google it. And you can Google it. That's what it say in scripture. And that's what's going on now, G. People realize, wait a minute. These people don't, even Jews are saying these people are the Hebrews are. Man, this is some other stuff. You know, and I don't want to just say Hebrews or nothing. Like, I'm sticking to, you are the colonial American. You are the originators of this whole system. Your great-great-great-grandfathers. You are the beneficiaries of great war generals and great people and men that defended this nation and was tricked to serve another nation. Press one. To be seduced by other nations. We seduced to this day. So ain't no blaming nobody, but history must be told correctly. If we go this whole time and the Jews went into a Holocaust, and if black folks in America went through a Holocaust, then something is really wrong. That you can honor foreigners and pinch from the taxpayer, the blood, sweat, tears of real Americans who founded this nation. You ain't did shit in this last 100 years, but do go to work. So don't think you built nothing driving a truck around this country or even setting up a house or building or putting a roof on. You ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing. That's why I be tripping, dude. That's why I'm just enjoying my life and taking the rest of my life easy, because life is easy. Life is only hard when you believe in this shit, when you believe in an American. The American government is the German, Russian, U.S. civilian alliance, if you ask me. How the Red Cross are the Nazis. And you is in a internment camp and you missing a bunch of people. but you give your sympathy to Jewish folk from another nation. Ain't nothing wrong with sympathy. Everybody, when things happen terrible in the world, it's natural for us to have sympathy. But to totally ignore the Afro-American Holocaust, I'm fighting for this to the end. Yeah, the Afro, because I founded it. That's why I patented it. That's mine. Not patent, but you know what I'm saying. I made it. The Afro-American Holocaust. It was in my brain first. Press 1. It was in my brain first. See? Ready for the burning. Right there. We wasn't even thinking about an Afro-American Holocaust. Who dares say you wasn't no slave? Who dares say you ain't no African? Who dares say you ain't no Indian? Kev, then what are we, Kev? You, man, let me sit down. I'll tell you all about, I got a story to tell you. Press 1, but you gotta believe. You gotta believe. You feel me? You was put. That's why the Bible say you was put in the furnace. That's why special saints was put in the furnace, and then prove to these people that they wasn't gonna burn it. They believe in God. They wasn't giving that in like that. They believe in God for real. So when you're dealing with the Afro-American Holocaust by way of the banking institutions, Carnegie, press 1. Carnegie, the steel industrial complex, the railroad systems, and the different people who betrayed the Harlem Hellfighters, Emmett Till fathers. Press 1, who was accused of sexual deviancy. Press 1. And they were serving not under America, but the Hellfighters served under Italy. That's why I started asking you, how did you become a Nazi? By way of Emmett Till's father. Press 1, him right here. You see him? I asked, what happened to them? Start buying books. Man, they messed these guys over big time. Press 1. Big time. They didn't want our brothers. They didn't even. You couldn't fight in the American army. You know why? It wasn't no black people in World War I and II fighting for America. You know why? Why? Because they was fighting you. Well, no damn segregation, fool. You ain't never asked. We don't have a Civil War, revolution. We don't fought 10 wars, right? They was fighting you. You don't get it. They was fighting you and stealing your homeland. That's what they was doing. They had the steamers out there. They had all of their systems in place. They had world fairs going around every damn where. Press 1. Well, they supposed to be at war with each other in their own homeland. They over here hanging out. I'm trying to tell you. I got the pictures. You see that right there? American flag, Italy flag, Swiss flag, and Japan equal Nazi. Nigga, Kev Rowe. I'm the king, bro. I'm the king. I'm a break the educational freelance world in the black community. I'm gonna break y'all. I never stop because I got it, bro. Look with your eyes, bro. They are together, bro. Not one of y'all in these pictures. I don't even gotta zoom in because you know you're not in it. Press 1. You ain't there. Them all together. Swiss, Japan, Italy, and America. That's all new. And together, they are one. While you going around listening thinking they all got beef with one. This inception goes back a long. This little allegiance they got go back a long way. The Nazi sign is sitting right in front of the black sun on the Japan flag. So I don't even know why y'all tripping. All Americans, all of y'all is one of the three on the other end. You either French, German, Polish, or Swiss, and are you Asian? I'm not going for it. The Asians took Native Americans. The Italians took the name Jew and your birthright, press 1, and gave you the drugs by way of the federal government. Remember I told you, the federal government had all the drugs where? In the United States Treasury Department. Kev Gills, Mr. Gillespie, excuse me, there is no Kev Gills. Mr. Gillespie, press 1. Kev Gills is asleep. Mr. Gillespie will tell you they had all the dope in the Treasury Department and robbing the resources of America. They were slinging dope right out the United States Treasury Department. They were slinging dope. They was bringing big kilos right up out of there. Press 1, opioids, every drug you can ever think of right out the Treasury Department. I've never heard of that ever until on this show. I've never heard of even thinking that our government, but now, press 1, but now I realize God really mean don't trust them. Don't trust them. The American flag, Italy, Swiss, and Japan. Now, what is y'all all doing hanging out with one another? Press 1. And what did y'all do? Again, J.P. Morgan owned the Titanic. The Titanic had the royals on it. Press 1. The Titanic had so much money because the people on the Titanic was royals of English and Scottish, English, like what you would think is an American, a black American, a Scot. Press 1. They was on them ships and they sunk them ships. That's what a big crisis looks like. You talking? I think that was where's said that? I think that deals with Thomas Jefferson, Gillespie on the Titanic. Ha, got 'em. Press 1. You never know what you find when you're looking for you. Press 1. I think that was Thomas Jefferson looking for his brother, asking where they family members were, and they were last seen on the ship. And I think that's the Titanic. I think that's the Titanic. I don't think those white people on that train. They got us thinking you was as long as they got you thinking you was a savage African or an Indian with a feather in your head flying on the back of a turtle. Because you would never think you was the most magnificent people, fine wine drinking, press 1 entertainment. You never know. They sunk the whole ship. Ain't no telling what happened on the ship. They just said it hit, so ain't no hit nothing. Something else happened. Ain't no telling what the hell happened. These people so damn janky. Press 1. Stalin Chase Bank, you absolutely right. Ain't nothing like J.P. Morgan. You know why? Because J.P. Morgan, press 1, and Nathaniel P. Banks got something in common. Press 1. Not only is this nigga think I don't know the difference between a nigga on dope or a nigga on weed. Press 1. Nigga, I got uncles who look normal on weed and smoke dope and eyes me on. Nigga, y'all ain't fooling me with the hair swoosh. But look, Banks ran the asylums in which your people was put in, ran by who? The Red Cross. Right there at Blackwell's Island, New York City, United States. They had a bunch of them. These are huge. Whole cities. Lot of names. Lots of names. You were being transferred there. To the asylums, to the penitentiaries, to the orphanages, to the Planned Parenthood position place. You became a good Catholic there. Are you going into hell's furnace? Press 1. Do you get the word that and guess who ran it? Nathaniel P. Banks. And guess who was let me stop. Guess who was the guess who was the bankers back then at that time right there? J.P. Morgan. You don't believe that? Now this is the same asshole Grover Cleveland gave America's gold to. Press 1. Ain't that something? So it's important for you to find out who is who. There's no time to play with history no more. We have fun over here, though. I agree. We have some fun. Sometimes I watch my show like, damn. But, you know, y'all, there's a reason why they got Kanye crying. It's the reason why all this shit happening. This all distractions to me. To me. It's all distraction. And my mind say, Kev, don't even focus on that. Don't even pay no goddamn excuse. Don't matter who or what happened. Focus. Stay focused on the prize. Press 1. Ain't nobody press 1. So when you say Grover Cleveland, that's Grover Cleveland. Press 1. That's William Howard Taft. That's Grover Cleveland. That's William Howard Taft. That's Theodore Roosevelt. That's McKinley. All of them got fucking John Travolta type of press 1. And they go Bernard von Baloo. Press 1, Prince of Baloo. Remember? And we just got finished talking about the Baloo being incorporated.
Shame.
See?
Shame.
See? You see them chins?
Shame.
That nigga Kev, I don't solve the mysteries of Earth. Press 1 of the world. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, Craig. I care about no views. I don't care about no views. I told you, Russia. I told you. That look like Carnegie too, huh? That look like all of them. You gotta watch them. So these guys can be just decoy, same type of person. But this guy and this guy is same person for show. This guy and this guy is same person for show. For shiggity, no doubt. Press 1. You talking about Rockefeller, Big Phil? You off. I said Bernard von Baloo. Press 1. Everybody know Rockefeller. What school you go to? You go to regular school, bro. You go to conspiracy school. Hey, listen up. Press 1. He go to conspiracy school, y'all. He came over here thinking we talking about Rockefeller. That's easy. That's like 1 + 1 over here, sir. Everybody know that. What you know about Bernard, though? Huh? What you know about the trust buster himself? They ain't gonna be able to deny that Grover Cleveland gave J.P. Morgan all the gold. That's written. Press 1. You can't deny it. So you looking at a whole invasion of foreign immigrants disguising themselves as fucking, they really just workers. But I don't even know where they get this Prince of Baloo, because that's not, nigga just look like he work at the local place where they sell suits and ties, playing an informative role on the real people. Press 1. He don't really look like no prince or nothing. Look like a worker from Macy's in 19-something. Press 1. See, but when you steal something, you get refined. You get all type of. See, when the slaves become president, that's my new documentary. And I went to William Howard Taft. I didn't even know that he even looked like this. First of all, I seen him, the big fat ass, one time in a cartoon. But I didn't know. And now that I know, God wanted me to go to Taft High School in California. Press 1. That's why. So he'd know. Kev is from Taft High School. This is William Howard Taft. Taft is considered, we was considered the toreadors, the bull, like bulls. It was a bull matador type of shit. Press 1. So you, listen. Y'all can hope for a better America. I'm not hoping for nothing else but God work. I'm cool. I'm tired of being pulled around in false hopes and false dreams when I can keep studying and enjoy my life studying and showing myself approved to time itself. Press 1. See, look. Carl Heinrich. Press 1. Look. Got him.
Not like this.
I got him.
Not like this.
See, you can't mess with me. Y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police. I went to Palmdale High School too. Raleigh, press 1. I went to Palmdale High School. Go Falcons. Press 1. What? Nigga, I'm from LA. I went everywhere. I be everywhere they say I can't be at. Press 1. Look at this. You thought Taft was crazy. This is worse. See? We got him. See? That's not see? Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up, and y'all talking about the The real thing is how the Wall Street funded the Bolsheviks to become American presidents. That's what the fuck the conspiracy is. And all of our friends is playing conspiracy tricks on us, man. Press 1. The real conspiracy is Swiss banks, Wall Street funded the Russian Revolution. You get it? So how many people did Stalin murder? How many people? I'll wait. I'll wait. How many people did he murder? How many people did he murder? Press 1. For y'all sitting back, my man said, put the queen back up there. He said, put the queen, fuck it. Press 1. It's all right if we get one wrong, but I don't think we wrong. Press 1. I think they played us big time. I think they play us every damn day. Press 1. And now that you know, I'm teaching how to spot this and pay attention. More people are just, man, look at this. This shit is wild. The further we look back at all these actors and shit, they all start looking the same. Like they're just wearing costumes in old pictures. Some of these people don't even look real, like straight mannequins. Press 1. So it's nothing for me. I thought this was Teddy Roosevelt. Nigga, this J.P. Morgan Jr. Nigga, this is Stalin. Press 1. So with the how many people? Now let me go back. Now how many pictured people Stalin killed? Huh? Now you see what I'm saying? Now you see what I'm saying? Now how many people did Stalin kill? 6 million. Press 1. That boy Kev cold, G. Bro, my brain is so sharp. Y'all listen, I try to give people a chance. Say, man, join the Discord. I'm trying to walk with you. But a lot of men don't want to walk. So I gotta fly. Press 1. I gotta fly. Ain't nothing else for me to do. I'm on, like I say, I'm trying to help you. I know this. Don't send me no information. You don't know this. You don't know this. Don't send it to me. Study. Press 1. So yeah, that's why I throw these pictures up there so to start clicking. Wait, you saying J.P. Morgan is Stalin and Stalin is this one and this is possibly be the guy who was. That's exactly what I'm saying. Do you know why? Because J.P. Morgan ran the trains that got you to Carnegie's steel factory. Press 1. I said J.P. Morgan owned the trains that got you to the internment camps that got you to the infirmary. Press 1. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, G? Facts. This is the Queen of England meeting with the Red Cross. These look like the women of the revolution. Press 1. These the women of the revolution who opened up the corporate trust. Press 1, that's all. And all the rappers who be standing like this, they just in allegiance with the Queen. That's all. With foreign entities. That's all. They ain't nothing. Y'all just quit talking about the Illuminati. The Illuminati only mean allegiance to the foreign government. Okay? They're actors by way of the Red Cross, the French Foreign Legion, and they know I'm correct. It's how I know this. They're looking like, what the fuck? Press 1. I told you I'm special. Touched by God himself. Press 1. Try to tell you. Y'all getting confused and you blinded by these jokes and this smoke and all this extra shit. I'm trying to tell you. We got it. That's all it is. They just in submission to, they in the same brotherhood or lounge. And like I say, when Jay-Z met the Queen, press 1. Didn't he say the 444 or the Magna Carta? Press 1. Wasn't he talking about and wasn't he hanging out with who? Warren Buffett. And wasn't he talking about the Magna Carta? But the Magna Carta is for the Queen over there, remember? So you got to understand, it ain't just, it's bigger than that, bro. Black is white, white is black, up is down, down is up, bro. Press 1, hit that like button. Shout out to the people on my Cash App. Let me read that. If you want to shout out for supporting this truth, get up in that Cash App, and I'm going to do my shout outs in a second. Shout out to y'all, man. But you got to understand. Facts. I got a hip hop show to do. Y'all know Kev Rowe, Coffee and Chris TV Live is back, and it's just this YouTube street commentary, making fun. It's like Saturday Night Live. A lot of shit talking, a lot of interaction with the people. No school, just everybody chilling like a university should. So make sure you over there. Cash App, not my Cash App, my Patreon, patreon.com/KevGillsTV. Support that as well. Yeah, it is what it is. So we got to begin to look like when did all this really happen? You know, and it's embedded in your history. Tamika Mallory and all of these people, they don't sent y'all in a whole opposite direction and don't left y'all out here confused, confounded, bought and paid for by George Soros. Admitted. Press 1. Admitted. Press 1. Look at this. Look at this. German civilian U.S. Guard. You see that? It's Schultz Watch. Press 1. That's like the watch people. Okay, that's the civilian guard in English. They watching you. You see that Volkswagen in the watch? Press 1. Watch. Press 1. You got to understand. These people ain't going to tell you this because it's your brain going to click. It's going to make sense of it. And that's what they do not want. They don't want you to make no sense of it. They need you lost in characters and in time. So you don't know one character is playing 3 different time phases in his life and they 3 different damn people. They don't want you on that mental capacity. They don't want you to know the Queen of England is a Nazi. Press 1. They don't want you to see the Queen of England or Pope Pius. These people caused the Holocaust. Well, Woodrow Wilson caused your Holocaust, and Pope Pius took part in the Holocaust. So who's to say Wilson ain't Pope Pius? They look exactly alike. I'll be a fool not to see the resemblance in Pope Pius and Woodrow Wilson, or Herbert Hoover and Herbert Disney. I'll be a fool not to see this. I'll be fooling myself. I'll be doing my eyeballs a disservice. Press 1. My God to say, Kev, what I gave your eyeballs for? My brain wasn't clicked, but what about your eyeballs, fool? Press 1. On one end, he's a clergyman. On the other one, he's president of the United States. Incredible. On one end, it's Disney's brother. Press 1, who's put together all of these scenarios in time immemorial history by way of cartoons and wordless movies with Charlie Chaplin. Press 1. Hitler could have been a black man for all this shit they was doing and emulating black people. That could have been they could have been portraying this nigga. It could have went all type of ways. We gonna find out though. We're gonna ask all the right questions. Y'all can get distracted by Kanye West in his shoes, by the next death. That's fine. Just don't forget about the real deal Holyfield. I'm trying to figure out if this is goddamn Harry S. Truman. Press 1. It's probably not, but who knows? Nigga, that's Heimlich Himmler. That's worse than Hitler, nigga. That's Heimlich Himmler. Press 1. I'm trying to see if that's Harry S. Truman. I ain't saying that it is. What I am saying is, what's going on at this time, bro? I'm cool. But then again, he looked like, never mind. You never know. You never fucking know. Not with these people. You got to go back in time and see it all. What the fuck is going on? You know? And that's what I do enjoy. Going back and researching these people and just saying to myself, like, wow, they really had a bunch of folks duped when it comes to I mean, how could you not see genocide and eugenics by way of Margaret Sanger and the Russian the Bolshevik Russian Revolution? How could you not see genocide? You don't want to see genocide. Press 1. You don't want to see Benjamin Harris. You don't want to see him. You don't want to see his long nosed ass up there. Press 1. You don't want to see Benjamin Harris up there with those black soldiers. You don't want to see you don't want to see him up there. No, man. Not your American president. Your American president. This nation is founded on racism. The whole nation is founded on the blood. How many skulls just came up in Florida? All the bones and all the lakes is drying up. You ain't gonna be able to hide all the black dead bodies and blame it on Native Americans when they are products of mass graves in Florida, Georgia, all the middle of America, all the Great Lakes in America's got black people at the bottom. You ain't gonna be able to hide them down there forever. They coming up right now. I saw it on the news. Press 1. That's what I like about this truth. It's uncontrollable. It's uncontrollable. You ain't gonna sit up here and tell us we some damn Indians. Press 1. These ain't us. Let me tell y'all something, family. Look, family. Let me show y'all something. These some lying sons of guns. Let me show you something. Let me show you how great y'all are. The world would not have nothing if it wasn't for you. They took everything from you. First of all, why does the world want you to they took everything they used and they got from you except a hammock or something. Every eating utensil, every light they stop and go at, every damn thing. Press 1. I don't even know why we got so low confidence, why we gotta, allow people to take advantage of us and we're not representing ourselves correctly because we are the brightest, the smartest people on earth. Only in democratic neighborhoods they keep our people fucked up by way of school system. See, what they do is they want all the boys to play football. Press 1, keep their testosterone up, and then when they finish with them, they throw them out into the street because ain't none of them going to the NFL. See, when they finish with that, then they gonna kill each other because they got all this rage, and the way they talk to each other is the last what they experience from them coaches. I'm telling you about this shit. And then what's gonna happen is these young men are gonna go up, trained like to be athletes, ready to beat up everybody. Press 1, with no self-discipline, raised by their mama. Oh, what a way to get a whole society in prison. Just wait. Just open the door. They coming. Don't even trip. 1 leave, 3 come. What happened to you? Assault, a deadly weapon, assault, domestic violence, the domestic battery, domestic, assault. Press 1, murder. This rage. You just don't even know what to do with the fucking shit. They just left it in. You don't know what the fuck to do with it. You feel me?
So look, our people created this. I'm not saying you, but Afro Americans. You understand what I'm saying? You guys, Frederick Jones in 1949, he created the air conditioning unit. Almanex, they say the white man created it. That was made by Benjamin Banneker in 1791, family. So when Sonetta said you wasn't allowed to read, that's because he lived in Dominican Republic and his people wasn't allowed to read or something. I don't know, but we the greatest people on earth. We had to read. We can read right now. What you talking about? Auto cutoff switch, okay? Auto fishing devices, baby buggies, biscuit cutters, blood plasma bags, chamber commode. Press 1, that's the bathroom. Press 1, clothes dryer. Press 1, curtain rods. sounds easy, right? Press 1. See, we created all this 1800s, 1600s, 1900s, 1700s. Press 1, but you's a slave. Press 1. You just invent. When you're free, you just invent things. What else could you do but invent? First of all, you hanging out because you ain't got shit to do. You don't like to work for nobody. You know why? Because you ain't supposed to. You're supposed to be making things and invent and inspiring the world. You do things. They work for you. Ain't nothing. They ain't went to no moon. Why you around here thinking Elon Musk discovered an electric car? Electric cars been on Earth. All this stuff been here, bruh. Something wrong with the whole world, G. The whole world is insane. Built off of social media now and American Stalin propaganda made by Chinese people. Perhaps made by China. I don't even think it's China. I think it's Japan. They blame everything on China. I think it's Japan. Press 1. they don't like us thinking of Japan, Switzerland. We don't even pay no attention to them. Japan, Switzerland, and Italy. These three nations, those are just rose petals in the garden on Earth. Press 1 for some reason. You understand? Come on, family. These are the nations that overthrew you. How an Asiatic Indian man got a last name Black or Washington and Jones? Talking about they got the deed to the casinos. If you don't get your little wondering at, see, this is why it's important. I'm silly as hell, huh? You have to know who you are. I don't do this for nothing. I sure don't. Y'all just walking with me. I enjoy each and every one of y'all who come to this page and learn something. I'm telling you that right now, and show interest in thinking outside the box. It's so cool to be free and don't got to be stuck on rap shit. Even though we're going to be over there on Coffee and Kush TV, Cabro University, live at night with Kev. I'm showing you a different side of Kev first, so you'll know it ain't just a gimmick on YouTube on getting ad revenue talking about hip-hop media or what's going on in the world as the urban conservative and breaking this stuff down whether you like it or not. You know, I'm here as well. So I've been working out my schedule for Cabro University. That's why I'm so adamant about this shit, because I'm like, look, I gotta stick to this. It's just what it is, and I gotta edit and drop videos and shit and drop stories and do it correctly, or not do it at all, you know, or not do it at all. So I'm here to teach, you know, in a real way. I'm here to teach. I'm trying to see how and why did 6 million people just voila end up missing, and all the immigrants came up over here? Who are these people in the catacombs? Who are these people in the catacombs, y'all? You know, I've always wanted to know how. And you know what? The what do they call it? The Red Cross ship is the hospital is known as a ship on on land. So I'm thinking it's all maritime law because it's actually a ship, a corporate ship on land. Coffee and Kush TV, Kev Rowe, you on the air? What up?
Stop panhandling. We not 1 year old, bro. Shut the fuck up. You don't got the answers, you bitch. You a piece of shit. Get off the internet, man.
Yeah, did they ride in a gas car,
Shut the
electric
fuck up,
car,
man. You
or
dumb,
to the
bro. You a
moon?
China man.
That's all I'm saying. Did they ride to the moon or what?
You a piece of shit.
They ain't went to the moon though. They ain't went nowhere.
You worthless. You worthless, bro. Get off the
Can we walk and chew?
You panhandling, bro. You panhandling ancient information that's free and off Google, bro. All these videos you showing is off of Google or YouTube, bro. You just share the link, man. That's it. Just share the link. You're a bitch.
You still there,
Don't
sir?
ever forget you're a bitch. Don't ever forget you're a bitch. Get off the internet. You panhandling, bro.
Huh?
Everybody should be able to see this by now. You're a bitch, bro. Get off the internet. You should be ashamed.
Huh? Is he? What happened?
You editing, you doing all this fuck shit just to pan.
Oh, it's on low.
Well, you getting your money back? You worthless, bro. You a piece of shit. Man. Get off the internet. This is not hate, bro. This is some fucking everyday shit. You don't got the answers. You're not telling nobody, hey, we
Turn.
go to the White House.
Listen, you speak into the microphone. We can't hear you.
2023. You're not about to do nothing. You all talk, bro.
Something wrong with him. Ask him to spell it. I don't want him to ask him nothing. I'm cool. Let him have that energy. Let him have that energy. I ain't tripping. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to you, Queen. Yeah, let him have that. I'm like not even. Dude, listen. One thing I learned is these dudes sound. In his brain, he doing all this. He punching and swinging and elbowing and leg dropping and Stone Cold Steve Austin people's elbow. Press one in his brain. That's what happened. I gotta eat that. That our people, as human beings, some of us can't mentally evolve. Some of us are just stuck at a capacity, and they can't go no further. They can't think past specific levels. And a lot of times, a lot of these individuals are hurt that they got to watch you, the person that they hate, sit here and sound so smart to them. It ain't about being smart. It's about you waking up to the world you live. It ain't about doing nothing. It's about realization. Press one. You don't got to do nothing. They gotta watch you. You don't gotta do nothing. God didn't say you gotta go to war with them. God said you don't gotta do none of that. You just gonna learn it correctly so you would know how to perceive it. And then I already know that's gonna change you. That's gonna change how you view the outside world. There's nothing more to do. You know, there's nothing more to do. He's stuck in the realm. He can't go there. He's stuck there. So he want everybody mentally to think about young Dolph murder, take off, please, and to see other people interested in these type of conversations. I was about to say it got to be probably 500 people in my audience, and showing up 493. Only time they come over here. They be operating out of jealousy because they can't operate out these books. Press one. They never in their mind could they ever think these people were the same people. They're more like, no, not Kev, not the guy we hate the most. That's in a spirit. Like, no, hold on, caller. You ever hated a person so bad, but everything you did to them, you laughing in the background, ha ha, he, yeah, and this nigga just keep growing mentally, surviving, overcoming. Like, you just like, what the? Nothing's working. Nothing. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing, and they gave up. This all they got left. This they last. That's it. Coffee and Kush TV, Kev Rowe. You on the air? What up?
When are we going to the Supreme Court, you bitch? When? You all talk, bro. Stop talking. When are we marching to the Supreme Court about what?
So I don't know if you're afraid or what. You need to calm down. We're not marching to no Supreme Court. Nothing. I'm sorry. You can't hang out with us, sir.
Bro, you a bitch, bro.
So what?
Get the fuck on, bro.
So what? Doesn't matter. You can't hang out. You can't hang out. He was so Francois 2 weeks ago. Press one. He was so but we went up another notch. See, we went into the corporate, and see, we identified the Red Cross as being the head. See, he can't do that. You see, we solidified France, Sweden, Denmark, Poland. He can't do that. So why he think he's, man, you late. We already knew that. He's standing in line. He want a certificate. Press one, and then Kev, Mr. Gillespie, comes out of nowhere and just boom. This stuff ain't for them. This wasn't given to them to give to you. You feel me? This wasn't for them to give to you. This for me. That's but they gotta eat that. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Yo, Cat, this is Benjamin coming out of Georgia.
Georgia, am I on speaker? You sound like you a ways from the phone. What up?
I'm in my car
Oh, okay. Talk to me, King.
on the highway. So, man, I've been watching you, man, I've been subscribing to you, and the perspective that you're bringing is kind of, it's like the mindset has to shift. Like, have you ever watched the channel, the Transatlantic Productions
No.
on YouTube? So,
Just tell me about it. I'm good at catching on pretty quick.
all right, so the Transatlantic Productions, they have all the previous scholars, researchers that basically are trying to construct exactly, how do we get here and how do we get back to where the to where that we are owning what we have created. Exactly what you're debunking and understanding from scholars from the 1800s, from Delaney to Moffat to and it's plenty others. It's like I'm getting like following you and the way that you're breaking this shit down, and then going to watch it through 3-hour fucking dissertations and discussion from some of our great scholars that's been trying to identify, where and how do we break that psychological chain of enslavement? Like the brother that was on before, that just had all that energy for no reason.
Yes.
And it's like the approach, and one thing I would like to be able to collaborate with you on to further develop my position in this aspect of being a former educator, being retired from the military, and actually seeing these different perspectives of how they give us this wham bam thank you ma'am story, and think that our mind is not going to, as a collective conscious, is going to level up to exactly where they try to basically usurp and undo what we have structured to be as a society.
Oh, you would have to come out of that. You would have to be operating in supreme level, because you got to think of the efforts that it takes to compartmentalize the black mind that low and put it in so many different boxes inside of boxes, and to come out of it and see the grand, at least from this perspective. Oh yeah, that takes a lot of work, a lot.
So what's your position on servant leadership?
On service leadership?
Yeah, servant leadership. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You said certain?
All right. No, servant leadership.
What did you say? Service?
Yeah, service. Yeah, service.
I think, well, if done properly, service leadership is, what is that like? I mean, is that self-explanatory?
So, in a way, it's like the values of my company is be inspired, try to serve the lead. And the thing about servant leadership, I ran across in my journey through fucking college, and I think it took me 7 years to get my BA because I had to transfer 4 times because I really wanted to figure out what my purpose was, and ran across this theory from one of my professors when I started my MBA, and he had this philosophy based off of George Meade. You ever heard of George Meade?
Yeah.
So George Meade's IME theory, the action and the conscience. So servant leadership, I started to look at the different approaches where that when it comes to the MBA world, or when it comes to business, or how to basically lead others, or to create that culture to change the mind of a collective goal. There's a part in the leadership theory called the psychodynamic approach, where you just talk about compartmentalizing and putting things into boxes, and then trying to change the human nature of what we're taught, but actually go back and say, hold on, I was taught this for one reason only, for me to be a fucking robot. Now that I'm no longer a robot, I have to change my nature, my human nature. I have to restructure my mindset in order to create exactly the world that I want.
That's right.
So I understand the world that I live in.
That's right.
And to know exactly how to undo it. So I have to serve. So once I serve through it, I identify just like what you're doing, and you're creating this. You're creating the culture of collaborative thinkers. Is that we're serving together to get to the next philosophy that I'm working on. It's called the Path Goal philosophy, which is also in the leadership theory. Now, the overall end goal, the path goal, essentially is what you're doing. You got to understand the world that we're living in, because we came into it, one, we didn't agree to the shit. We didn't sign no dotted line when we came out, when we got fed out our mom's womb. We didn't know any of what happened before. Neither did probably our parents. Neither did probably our parents' parents.
Right.
Whenever they got, hit upside their head. So we had to be able to come to the table. And I had wrote a poem a long time ago. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's called Like Kool-Aid. And essentially, I drew a picture, and I'll send it to you. It's basically the world with Africa in the centerfold in the middle of it, and it has the Kool-Aid man busting out of the world, like busting the walls, like, Kool-Aid. The world was like Kool-Aid. It's easy to make, too. But you got to know exactly what part you play in the construct of what ingredients you are inside the Kool-Aid picture.
That's right.
And what cup you drink it from.
That's right.
So I'm definitely I really want to network with you. I'm gonna shoot you a message.
Yeah, shoot me a message. We can definitely talk. Hey, because you identified the one thing that an individual has to do at this perspective is to change the spectrum in which you view the world that you understand what I'm saying, that you just kind of like Tupac said, looking at life in your rear view, because you've got like a different perspective. You're looking at it different spectrum, different rainbows. Everything is there, but the truth pokes out at me now. Just it's there. There's no behind the scenes, just like whoa. But even on television, I watch television and it's amazing what we didn't know is right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really have to wake up. You're awoke. You just have to turn on the correct perspective, and that takes time, because like God even said in Scripture, 40 years in the wilderness. That's a lot of molding into being a beast, a man, an animal. But to change the perspective, you got to come from a different enlightenment. I think that's that spiritual side of man that he got to tap into to see the what they say, the inner standing, or the inner realm or over realm of the whole situation. Because when we're talking laws and corporate jargon as history, then we've, as black people, we've been living in an illusion this whole damn time. It's like, wait a minute.
And that's
Go ahead, champ.
to touch on like my wife's a barrister. My wife is a lawyer,
Right.
and with having these, like me coming to this understanding of the perspective that I'm a lifelong learner. I'm forever going to be inside of somebody's college using the federal government since they don't want to forgive student loans, so they said it's illegal. According to, because my wife, she is.
You mean by way of Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying that forgiving student loans is illegal.
Well, they don't.
My
Supreme
wife-
Court didn't give you the loan. You got to honor your debt.
Right, but this is the thing that I position her on, because she works for a nonprofit that fights for consumer policy to make it fair. And so I propose this, put a bug in her ear based off of her respective place in her studies, and that's like the same way we have inflation. You have all these American people or citizens that have student loan debt. Just like we have mortgages, which one is a loan, still we use it to build equity.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. If this was the loan school class, we'll be on. But this is the Red Cross, is the head of the Dragon class. So today, that's all I'm focused on. Send me an email on the connection with you, and we'll link.
Yes.
My man, thank you for the call, champion. My man, Coffee and Kush TV. It's important that you keep your mind on the prize. The Red Cross is, in fact, the vessel that the foreigners rode in on. They were naturalized after this. They were naturalized by way of this. (424-209-9506). Over 6 million people murdered by so-called Stalin. And if we're talking disguises, fam, this is it here. If we're talking disguises, these people are masters of disguise. See, when you got Margaret Sanger with the Romanovs, when you got Margaret Sanger with the Romanovs, man, y'all got to understand, their whole design for the federal government was to get you up out of here. And they did a great job right there at the internment camp. Now, I didn't make it up. I didn't make the Kevin and Christ up. Press 1, I didn't say the Red Cross was the concentration camp, but I had to do my research to find it. Press 1. So when I say the Red Cross is the Kevin and Christ, it's the damn concentration camp. You see that tower up there? It say Wash. Remember on Old Boy Orm, it said Schmidt Watch. It's the same thing right here. Watch. It means watch tower. Press 1. You see them little camps and ghettos back there? That's all it is. Train probably pull up right behind this. But it is the Red Cross Nazi concentration. Why? Because the Red Cross, guess what, was involved in Nazi concentration camps. And they know it. Russians and Germans agree with me. Civilians? Oh, yes. They're like, Kevin, how do you know this? Press 1. How did you know this? We wait for you. Jeez. Oh, my friend. They waiting for us to wake up. That's a real American Eagle logo up there. Press. Let me show you this. That's a real. They had to take the eagle down. They had to take the eagle down and had to olive, bro. You tell that the eagle was sitting right there in the middle of the damn thing. Press 1. So what I want you to know is I'm correct. Okay? The Red Cross is, in fact, the Nazi concentration camp. Okay? You just don't know. You think it's there to help because it got a hospital thing. No, man. They didn't like you. Oh, no. They didn't like you. They was filled with a bunch of international people. Polish, a bunch of other people. They didn't like you because you the people from over here. Why America didn't allow black people to serve with them in World War I and II? Why? Because I thought y'all was free. I thought we was all friends. Why did America? Because you got to understand, you wasn't fighting for no corporate entities back then. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
When we gonna beat up some Nazis, man? You bitch. You a bitch, bro. You a whole bitch, bro. When we gonna beat up some Nazis, huh? You a bitch, bro. You all talk, bro. What the fuck? Run away. You a bitch.
All right, I got some.
Call from
Messiah.
Shout out to my man Messiah. Messiah,
to
you on?
accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Messiah, you on the air, New York. What up?
What's going on, Cav?
What up, champion?
Listen, everything you saying is factual and correct.
Okay.
We had a talk on Instagram not too long ago. You remember me?
What's your name?
Messiah. My Instagram name is Sayonara.
I probably,
Sayonara
I think so. I talked to so many people, but yeah, let me know what we was talking about. We on, go ahead.
Okay, so listen, the talk we had about was about the votes. I mean, you was doing the show on King Ramsey. I mean, Solomon too, or whatever the case may be.
I got another one of those coming.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. I just wanted to refresh your memory. Now, listen, I was watching a movie last night, right? And I was watching Dead President. So you know how we from the hood, so this is American culture.
Right.
It was a funny part. Remember the scene when Anthony walked in and he was trying to get a job, and he went to the butcher, and he was like, "Yo, your name Anthony Curtis?" He was like, "Oh, like the actor, right?" And he was like, No, that's a white dude. He was like, yeah, and his last name was Schwartz. So when he said that, I paused it, and I'm just like, why would he sit there and say his last name was really Schultz instead of Curtis, saying that it was his brother? But the dude sounded like a Nazi, like he had a little Russian accent or whatever the case may be.
Oh, like he was a little Nazi in plain sight type of thing.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
it hit me like, oh, shit. Like, what the fuck? Oh, they do this the whole time, bro. They've been putting it in movies.
Yeah.
They've been putting it in everything. You feel what I'm saying?
And you'll watch the camera, like, zoom in a little bit to see if it's a catch-22. Like, you won't get it.
I'm like,
the average nigga ain't going to get it.
He ain't gonna get it. Like, that's why in the movie, Lorenz Tate ain't get it. He was like, what you talking about? He was like, his name was Schwartz. Like, and I was just like, oh, so basically what you saying
like
with the increase and all these Schwartz, exactly.
Yeah, like Schwarzenegger, Germany.
Schwarzenegger, Schwartz, the Kevin Crease,
I think
all this shit, right?
He didn't even know. He was like, what the fuck?
He didn't even know. He didn't know what he was telling him. He basically telling him like, yeah, they stole your identity, bro.
Facts.
They took your name and all that. They got their last name, but they took yours.
Yeah.
I know they real last name because they from my country. That's basically what he's telling them in incognito. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all this come full circle. So I've been waiting to call because I've been tuning in for a year, right? So Pete,
yeah, go
when
ahead.
you talk about
the flow.
the postmaster. Listen, when you talk about the postmaster general and everything, listen, I'm like a child support guru, and I know it's a sensitive topic to all the ladies that's listening. Paul's Glory, Shiva, Amanda, I'm a big fan of all y'all, right?
Yeah.
When men start talking about child support, we get demonized.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna be real. You talking to a man who beats the child support.
Our females over here, they get it. That's the thing about it.
They get it. Yeah,
they get it. But go ahead.
Definitely. Listen, right? So I beat child support cases before, right? Now, when you go and file court cases or petitions against them, you lose automatically when you say, oh, I'm filing this
grievance or this motion against child support, because there's no such thing as child support. It may sound crazy, but it's going to go back to your last couple of episodes. It's a Title 4D agency. This is what I've been telling you in the Instagram chat. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, when you try to file paperwork on them, off that mistake alone, who you filing your lawsuit against, child support, there's no such thing. They're going to throw it out. So therefore, you have to attack the Title IV/D agency, which is a branch under the Social Security Act. So it's coming all full circle. Everything you said is registering now. You get what I'm saying?
So you was having to no avail a certain way. It was no go.
It was worded exactly.
And
so when you talk about
it didn't exist. It wasn't real. You can't even challenge.
It wasn't real.
You can't sue a person as something that's not real.
That's not real.
Bingo.
It's a fake entity. You get what I'm saying? So boom. Now it gets back to what you were saying with the hold on. Postmaster General yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Last week.
Yeah.
I caught that video, but I do demolition. It's a lot of loud noise, so I can't call in.
Yeah.
This is what I did, right? They get us with mail.
Yes.
So a lot of the things that dude was saying was true. By us accepting mail basically gives them jurisdiction over us.
Facts.
So that's how they get us, and that's how they bind us to these things, because we can sit up. If your Social Security is not being used, it's kind of like you're not active in the matrix.
You're not
what
active.
I'm saying?
And they can't fuck with you. That's why I tell people
they can't fuck with you.
The best thing you can do is get a trade and work for yourself and be simple.
Listen, this is what I'm doing. Exactly.
And nigga, they ain't got no jurisdiction over you. That's Social Security. You ain't
can't do
using
nothing.
that because that's for a job which you don't got because you on your own. You standing on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's
like a man.
Oh, my mama.
Like a real man. So listen, when I'm in court, right, this is what they do, because I beat them all the time, because I tell them, listen, y'all have no jurisdiction over me. I'm a man made in the image of God. This is what I'm saying verbatim to the fucking magistrate, who's not even a court. He's not even a judge. He's a magistrate.
He's a magistrate.
So basically, he's a fictitious, like, an employee for the Bar Association.
That's
where
it.
they part of the race registry. See what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
So he has no jurisdiction over no matters anyway, especially when you make your kids in private, you take care of them in private. This is a private matter. So anything pertaining to my family and my offspring, I'm in charge of that, not
right.
you. I said, yo, I don't owe no debt to no Title 4D agency. He looked at me and smiled. Typed on his computer, he said it's a Title 4D. And he said, oh no. It is a Title 4D. He was shocked that I knew.
Yeah.
He said, what you trying to say? I said, basically, I'm saying I want this case dismissed. What he did was hit a button, said it's off the record.
It's off.
And then he started going in. So that goes to show that everything you say when it comes to birth records, the watermarks that's on the birth records and all that, all of these are recordings.
Yeah.
So they try to get us on the recording, and when you say something that's beating them in court, they'll clip the tape. And then a stenographer start typing, and then you can't get them. So this is the whole thing, how they get you. They summons you. Now, if you understand, this is what I've been watching you for the Bible.
Since you dead, they summoned you. Go ahead.
Exactly. They summons you, but real talk, they can only summon demons. You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
They can't summons a man. You can only summons a demon.
Go ahead.
So therefore, by you honoring the summons, you giving them jurisdiction over you again, all over again. And basically, that's what child support is like. It's like a fourth tax. It's a tax on top of a tax on top of a tax on top of a tax. And basically, they just want you to give as much money as you can, forget your living circumstances and all that. And when you try to beat them, what they call you, a deadbeat, right? But listen to the words. We dead at sea, and we beating them in court. So this is why they calling us deadbeat.
Yeah.
Because we beating them at court.
And it's easy too. This is dead. You just this is a deadbeat situation. Actually, you a deadbeat
situation.
Yeah, it's a deadbeat. You lost. You
lost.
We gonna beat you down.
But you dead. Exactly. You can't really do nothing. Everything you're saying in court is not registering. Why? Because we're in fictitious courts. For one, family court is not a real court. You get what I'm saying? The highest court is Supreme Court, and that's what all Black American Negroes need to be going to, Supreme Court. Now, I'm not saying going in there willy-nilly on record, because we got to study the law first.
What all that takes is submittance, but that really takes what you said, study and discipline, and you coming in.
Exactly.
You're not going nowhere until your brain adjusts and you understand words, and that's going to take a while. So you know,
It's gonna take a whole lot. I've been on this journey for like 5 years. That's a fact. Learn. You know what they kill us on? They kill us with this one word called acquiescence. So basically, it's like when they sit there and throw claims at us in court, and we don't show up and acquiescence, we agree with what they're saying. So basically, it don't matter what they saying. You're a debt. You're a slave. You owe this. You that. If you don't rebuttal it, you're guilty. And acquiescence. So sometimes it's a catch-22. So this is what I used to do with the Postmaster General tactic. When they would send like child support information to my crib, I would get it. Don't open it. No such person in return the sender. Because as soon as you open it, that's how you bind yourself to that contract and whatever it is of the information that was in there, and then they hold you liable for it. If you return it to sender, it never happened. They never served
yeah, because
you,
they got you. Because if it ain't yours, you open it, it's a crime.
Exactly.
So that's put you back under their jurisdiction anyway. So
under their jurisdiction,
yeah,
basically. So it's like you got to know how to get them out of your business if you want to get away. Like they hate me. They stonewall me in court because basically they know when I'm in front of that magistrate, I know my shit, so they can't play games with me. Like I'm in there, they follow me around the court in Brooklyn and all that. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real. So this is not a game. What you're saying, it was like I'm so happy that I came across your channel because the part that I was missing, and it's so it's proving the Bible real. My name is Messiah. This is my government name.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I grew up in New York. You feel what I'm saying? In New York, we grew up on the 5 percenters, you know, Nation of Islam, all these teachings. So I know about Sinetta, Dr. Reggie, and all these people because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, right.
And not to knock them dudes because they teach.
They
but
put
like
that work
we got to
in.
take what they teach. Exactly. But we got to take what we take and then use it, and then the rest of the shit that's just garbage, we got to throw it out. You feel what I'm saying,
That's
Kev?
right. That's
and then we got to come through with this Levitical law because, like you said, the Levitical law is what really governs this country.
Right.
It's the same law.
It's
the same 10 Commandments. That's the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, that's right.
They got it from Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai is in New York.
There you
all
go.
Of these places,
and you already know
the Holy Land.
that deals with George Washington. That's all in New York there. That's so
all in New York.
Different.
That Amber Room, everything. Yo, Kev, listen to me. Fuck all. Excuse my language. I'm gonna talk in the baby language. I gotta go. Forget all these trolls. Forget all these naysayers. Listen to me, King. You got an army behind, like how Tyrese said not too long ago. You got an army now, nigga. You got an army. For real, because I'm telling you, this shit right here is the truth because I lived it, I breathed it, I've been a victim of it, and I recognize it. It's a lot more others that know how to recognize it too, but they can't articulate themselves that well. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I appreciate you, champion, because you challenge me. Any man that come on here with their feelings, you's a bitch. Excuse my language, because at the end of the day, he's making you smart. He's making you use your brain. Because that's what they do. They get us in court, they laugh at us, they use these words, and they look at us as minors, as children.
That's right.
Another thing, right? It's 3 types of English, y'all. It's slang, proper English, and it's law. For instance, Kev, so that chain you got on right now, that shit fire.
Right.
Now, that's one form of English, right? Now, if you look at this, Kev, you hire them, you fire them at the road, right?
Right.
Boom. That's another second. That's the second form. Now, the third, look at that house over there, Kev. It's on fire. We got to call it FDNY, whatever. Boom. We use the word fire 3 times, but it describes 3 different things. Right. That's what a word semantic is. And that's what the Pope told them to stop doing in that motu proprio and that civil war on July 4th for like 2014. He got it for the word semantics. All of these crimes that they told us, FBI stand down. Y'all ain't no different from T-Mobile. These are all corporations. We give them power by letting them come in and invade our privacy.
And he owns the corporation, so he has authority to tell them to stand down.
To stand down, but they're not listening because this country done went rogue. It's a ghost ship, like everything you were saying a year ago. All of that, you feel what I'm saying? It's like in hyperdrive right now. It needs the right person. It needs a redeemer. It needs a King Gillespie. You hear what I'm saying? Whether people like it or not, it's the truth.
I think that's what acceptance is. It's like, wow, how big is this? Is it? Yo, am I really laying it down at that level? And it's like, yeah.
Yo, you laying it down, bro.
I'm up 2, 3 in the morning.
You're a big missing piece.
Whoa.
Nah, listen, you're a big missing piece of this puzzle. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After listening to you, I connected all the missing dots. All of them. And I was like, because sometimes you be like, yo, I don't want to do this, but I got to go in court and fight. And it's a spiritual battle. It's draining because people in there looking at you like you crazy, whatever the case may be. And then sometimes you don't even got the energy to even deal with it. Because you know these devils is out here playing games with our life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. But sometimes, like you said, you got to attack it head on. You got to be a man, and you can't stand for what's going on, because if this was what George Washington, the founding fathers, did for us, we got to repay him. It's not it's a responsibility.
That's right.
It's all of that. You feel? It's an obligation. Forget responsibility. It's an obligation. Because once we realize that this was ours, we the rightful owners.
Yeah.
That should be enough fucking motivation right there for you to get on your A game and start getting into these books. It don't cost no bullets. It don't cost no violence.
Our people are into God. So being and learning Levitical law and let's say law, and being that it goes hand in hand, is not hard. Once you grasp, it's a history book and all this other stuff. But
it's a law
it's
book.
Together.
It's all of that. It's all of that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Once you put it to like an allegories and I read it like that, because we from the streets. I rap, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I left it alone because I don't like the way the industry is going. You feel me?
Right.
But I identify similes and metaphors great, and that's what that book is full of. Similes and metaphors.
So and that's what I think rappers can see is like, and I think that's what was big on the 7%ers, and like I said, the side editor, where they can say, black folk, y'all don't see that this is allegories. Well, it's bad terminologies. It's metaphoric.
It's bad terminology.
Prophecies,
that's
and
what
it's
it is.
Talking about law in a metaphorical way, using characters of the time. Now, it's up to the individual to identify the characters and see the similarities in history and time in that one's own life, so you can correlate. Wait a minute, the Bible is actually talking about real history? Yeah.
It's real.
And here's this, and this is that, and this is that. It's like, whoa. And there it is. Your brain will be going. Right? Go ahead, King.
This is what the media did with the Tupac and Biggie stuff. Because remember the girl that called last week? She from Brooklyn. He was bigging up Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is what it did. Inadvertently to our minds. Tupac was a warrior, to the point where Biggie wasn't on his level on a spiritual warrior aspect.
Right.
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah, lyrically,
Pac was a freedom fighter.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like somebody that stands for something.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that because I grew up in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So my mom's and pops from Brooklyn. So when that beat thing happened, we didn't listen to Pac at all.
Right.
So we wasn't catching the gems. We wasn't catching the metaphors.
Right.
I wish we could go back in time.
They say why the West Coast? This is the question that I get. Why the West Coast love Pac more than the East Coast? And it's that reason right there. It was the beef. If you explaining it right now, you explaining it right now. Because the West Coast picked up the game. Because the West Coast been on the game shit, but when it came to that, but when it came like Pac, nigga, that nigga had a shine. I was just like, that's real, and that's the mold. So go ahead, King. He dropping jewels.
He was a pillar. He was a pillar of the black community. Like really, like he was talking to everybody. He didn't care. You get what I'm saying? But like you say, he was 25 and he was going about it the wrong way, pure at heart. But he should have did it a little bit more slicker. You get what I'm saying? But I say that to say this, that right? They put these people that we idolize, and then if they got a problem with somebody, we automatically deem that's our problem too. We don't even bother listening to this man because of we on this side, and that's just division at its finest. We got to stop doing that. You get what I'm saying? We got to really listen to our brothers. It don't matter where they from. If we on the same page, we got the complexion for the connection. We got to be on the same type of time, that means mentally, spiritually, and physically. You get what I'm saying? All of these things is important for us to get up out of this, because I'm telling you, I see it clear as day. I'm looking at these buildings. Remember I showed you the picture of the vault down there at the restaurant and all that? That was an old
that's you
from the 1900s. That's me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I ain't even showed them that.
Nah, don't even listen.
I ain't even showed them. That's what I'm working on.
I'm a definitely call in. I'm on the ground. I'm taking pictures. I'm with my daughter. She like, look, Daddy, a cat.
Because that vote has the same amount of layers that was described as.
And that exactly.
You know what I'm. Go
That's
ahead.
Exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And I'm telling you, that vote, when you see it, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, it was a show that he did like a couple weeks back, and it was showing how they designed the vote in the Amber Room, the Treasury room. So basically, we look at these Federal Reserve banks, there's only a few in every state. Like New York got one, a few other states got these Federal Reserve banks. They copied that off of our Treasury room. Our Treasury room were our first banks, which you would sit there and say was the post offices and all that. That's why they got P.O. boxes in here.
Yeah, those are the banks. Those are your banks.
Deposit boxes.
Safety deposit
Those are
boxes.
our banks. You get what I'm saying? That's what they rated with the gold and all that. It looked so evident because when I went in there, that building, I did the research. It was constructed in the early 1900s. That boat been there since it's been there because it's a high rise now. There's no way you could get the boat inside the building with the high rise there. A crane is too heavy. That's why they couldn't move it. So what they start doing is they start changing our structures so we can't recognize them in their old form. But if you look at the base of the structure from like the bottom to the like fourth floor in a city building, you will see that the
like at the cornerstone.
At the cornerstones, there's some materials that's not being used at the top. And you got to ask yourself why. It's because they just added to it. And it's just throwing us off so we can't recognize it. It's in plain sight. All of these structures is in plain sight. I kid you not.
Hey, that's funny how they say the cornerstone is at the top, but me and you just identified the cornerstone as being at the base.
It's at the bottom. You feel what I'm saying? As above, so below. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too crazy.
Yeah, no, but that's crazy. I just thought about that like, damn, but we just mentioned the cornerstone. But listen, go ahead.
But that's what it be. You feel what I'm saying? Like they hide these things, these landmarks, so we won't recognize them. And then there's another thing, right? So I'm doing work in Philly. Like I told you, now picture this, right? Germantown was founded in 1670-something. This is a town in Philadelphia. But Germany, the country, so-called Germany, was founded in 1940. So who was named after who? Who was named? Ain't no way I can name my mom.
Africa is named in the 40s. Germany is incorporated in the 40s.
In the 40s. It's all named after towns in America. They named after in America.
So let's get this. Let's get this understood. I know me and you can rap fucking month off of this. So let's just say when we watching the theater of war and those World War II films, and they talking about bombing Germany and all of these Luxembourg, they could have been bombing. When you look at those planes, it looked like Middle America, bro. It's all grafted. It's just like beautiful. Like, what?
Listen,
I think it is.
The clock in Chicago is the same one as the clock in London. And I think it's like the Benjamin Banneker, the Big Ben. It's one in Chicago. It's still one, so it had to be two of them, and they just took one. The Eiffel Tower I heard was out here. They just took all our stuff, the deconstruction, reconstruction period.
Yes.
They deconstructed our buildings and reconstructed them in their homelands to make it seem like they was the ones who founded them. That's
right. What's the Eiffel Tower doing? Like smack right in the middle of nothing. Nothing is going on.
It was the Eiffel Tower was an elevator, and it was a telephone type of like a radio thing. You know, like the top of the building. Because they had wireless. Because exactly.
See, I learned this looking at them World Fairs in Pacific Bell, and knowing that
you killed them with that.
That's
killed them.
That's crazy.
That was enough. If that didn't make anybody believe, I'm sick of this troll calling in talking about yo man, listen here. I'm gonna talk to you, fuck Kev. Listen, man. If you can't see, if your eyes can't tell you what you seeing, you need to go to bed permanently for real. Cause stop coming in here trying to throw rocks in a puddle and cause a disruption in the flow of this intelligence right here, bro. That's very childish. So we talking about being a man, and what that dude be doing, it be pissing me off every day. You gotta call and you gotta listen in and just call somebody a bitch out their character and all that, bro. Like, we from the streets, we don't tolerate these type of words. So when somebody's preaching, let them preach. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Facts.
Because what he's saying is all wise, right, and exact. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've been fighting these government agencies and entities. I've been on child support since I was 19.
And that's what I do this shit for, is for niggas that see this shit. I tell you.
So it's like it's a bigger battle here than what people be thinking it is. It's not about money. It's not about cash app. Even if you is getting your blessings, so what? Don't hate. He's doing a great job. He deserves.
I don't let that stuff get to me.
Or whatever.
Let me tell you something about our community. Our people love when we doing constructive things, and our people also know what a hater is. So we ain't ain't even worried
That's a
about that.
fact.
I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator, and I choose to do this content. And these are the people that choose
Nah,
to
that's
support.
a fact. But you know why I'm
our
saying this,
shit.
Kev?
No.
Because you got
I
new
fucks
viewers.
with you.
You got new viewers. You feel me? So I don't
Yeah.
want a first time viewer coming in and hearing him, and then people like negativity more than positivity,
Yeah,
and they
that's
hear his
facts.
dog, and then they be like, yeah, he probably talking some bull.
That's
nah,
facts.
you hearing me now? This man right here in front of y'all, he get on here in his free time, and he do this for us, for the people. You gotta appreciate that, because nobody bringing it to you like that. We have had all these teachers and taught us false doctrines. Message to the Black Man. That's a book that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote. I read that when I was 5 years old. My father made me read it. Message to the Black Man. That title alone is detrimental to our uprising and our getting up out of these shackles, these
That's a
mental
fact.
shackles. Because
That's
a black
a fact.
man is a dead man.
That's fact.
So from Noble Drew Ali to all these people, they were lies. They were spies.
That's fact.
You killed him with Garvey. He was a Frenchman.
Oh my.
Black
goodness.
Star Line, White Star Line.
You think I wanted to say that? You think I want to say that?
Nah, it is
No,
what
I
it
don't
is,
wanna
because
say
you want to
that,
know
man.
why? Nah, you got to, because there's blocks in Brooklyn named after him. So what they doing is erasing our names and naming these things after these people.
Who
Which are all
genocided us? Who took
foreign
part in the
invaders.
genocide
Exactly.
and stuff, and that's not right.
Exactly. Martin Luther King, I love him. But what he did was wrong. He walked us into the burning buildings with
facts.
this civil little water
That's a
stuff.
facts.
With
That's
the
a
civil
fact.
rights.
And we
so
already
we got to
had civil
understand the
rights.
lingo. We already had it. We give the rights.
That's
Forget
right.
that. We give rights.
We are
the
the
right bearers. You
We
feel
are
what I'm
the
saying? We are the right. So what people talking about, we give these people rights. So like you said, the reason we don't want to work is because we're supposed to be running this shit.
Facts.
Not working it, but not sitting here saying on some on some extremist stuff, because we
That's right.
fair people. We caring and forgiving people.
That's right.
We can't miss those teachings from the Bible and from God that he blessed us with. You feel me? Now I'm not an innocent person. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm getting there. I'm a work
None
in
of us
progress.
are. None of
But
us
what
are.
I
That's
like-
why he worked
You know
with
what I
us.
mean? 'Cause we was exactly. So and this is why I understand why he didn't flood the earth again. You feel what I'm saying? After knowing him and all that. You get what I'm saying? Because we have to show him we worthy. And that's a challenge that I'm
Facts.
up against. You feel what I'm saying, Kev? I know you're
Facts.
doing your thing. I got to
Facts.
get back to work and all
I
that. So
love you,
Kimmy, I'm going to hit you
champion.
up tomorrow. You feel me? Love you too,
Shout
bro.
out
Keep
to
on
you,
doing your
champ.
thing. You hear me?
Man,
You already know.
New York in the building.
You already know.
man.
New
Shout
York in the building.
Y'all
That's
already
fact,
know what
fact.
it is. Shout out to my kings out there in New York. I told you, I'm gonna come back to the West Coast on this type of shit, on this type of time. Listen, press one. You like, what, Kev? The fuck you got Timberland boots on? You got a puffy jacket? Press one. You ain't smoking. You don't eat hot dogs no more. You don't eat hot dogs. You know, fucking. I'm in jacking no fucking hot dog, bro. They gonna send me back to Cali. Fucked up. I ain't jacking no motherfucking hot dog, yo. Press one. Lord have mercy, the East Coast is God body with it. I told you I was coming to get that good. Oh, I told you I was doing a chitlin circuit around the earth. Press mine, I gotta go everywhere. Fuck that. No, but it's true though. The young man should be more aware of his words. I don't even get mad at it because he do it every time he don't got nothing to do. And rather than sit here and get agitated, I'd rather just keep flowing. But I want people to know that, people like him, they just attack and hate for no reason. Ain't nothing you can really do about it. But my best bet is to focus, laugh a little bit, but keep that shit moving, because, he might run into somebody one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these people don't be on that type of time. So I'm not bugging. He might run into the wrong individual and say that wrong shit in which he got comfortable, and that's all she wrote. So sometimes you won't even got, like Bruce Lee, you don't even gotta respond. Allowing him to just do that shit, he gonna do that shit thinking that's just a part of his lingo, then boom. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you can't teach these young men nothing. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up?
Messiah, make sure you wipe your mouth after Kev's done with it, bitch. You bitch ass.
Calm down. Calm down. My man stay in this villain. He don't even know what to say. He just became an adult. Press one. He turned 18, 19. He ain't got nothing to do. learn how to use foul language. Hey, it's 550 people up in here. Shout out to y'all for being up in here supporting this broadcast and keeping this thing alive. Make sure you go to my patreon.com/KevGillsTV. I'm going to be Kevro at night right there, and continue to keep bringing this fire information. You know, discovering that Red Cross is pretty much your federal government. That's big. That is your that lets you know that's the reason why they keep you in a perilous emergency state of mind. I mean, they have to. They need the emergency state of mind to exist. You hear me? Do you hear me? They need the emergency state of mind to exist. So you will be always lost in need of help. And then they can just transfer funds and do all of this stuff. I'm just uncovering it all. We're just uncovering it all, thinking about this stuff. It's a good time to be alive, though, to think about this. What happened to your ancestors? You'll have to ask yourself, and a lot of people do not want to ask what really happened to their ancestors. If you guys were in control, how did you end up under Manifest Destiny? Press 1. American Red Cross Allied Theatrical and Motion Picture Team. There she go. Manifest Destiny. Press 1. The Spirit of Manifest Destiny. As I say, the Spirit of Manifest Destiny, once again. Who turned your kingdom into a democracy and stole your sovereignty should be the name of your book. Who turned your sovereign kingdom into Mickey Mouse and the puppeteers? By the way, see, and you don't even know why they gave sovereignty to Disney. You don't even know why they gave sovereignty. Because international corporations can then, through Disney, buy your land up. You know how many theme parks it is over America with property just sitting on it waiting to be demolished? Press 1. They Manifest Destiny came in huge. Press 1. Look at this. Life magazine photo, Los Angeles development boom, 1953. Not sure why they're all moving in on the same day, but it's a great picture. Well, they all moving in on the same day because it's Manifest Destiny. They got these homes for free. Press 1. Every one of them. You don't get it. Every one of them. They got them for free. Your great grandparents, they got it for free. They did all this after they wiped out and new development sprang up on the West Coast. They gave it to them for free. Here you go. Gave it to them with a good loan too, huh? You're dealing with the same individuals. So, the feds, Red Cross, banking system, military, Red Cross, Swiss bankers running the Red Cross. So you're pretty much controlled by the Red Cross. That's your Scooby-Doo moment right there. And the real owners of this nation is written on deeds. The real president and the real heirs to this kingdom is written on paperwork that's in fucking somebody's safety deposit box in Switzerland. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Top of the border, Professor Kev.
What's up, champion?
I was taking notes. Man, Tupac, this with his era, he was able to speak 10, 20 years ahead of time, even when we listen to Tupac now.
Sir, I don't want to talk about Tupac. I'm talking about something else.
Okay, and then the Red Cross. They're still taking blood to this day. Wherever they use the blood for,
I'm not talking about that. I think you're missing the show. Thank you, champion. You're just missing the show. I'm not talking about that. Listen, man, y'all got me all the way messed up, champion. Y'all brains as men, you know what I'm saying? The brother called in. Obviously, y'all ain't living the same lives as real black men. Now, I don't know. I don't understand. Some brothers get it, and some of y'all just here to distract. And there's only so much we can take it at, you know? I'm talking about the Nazi invasion. Now, how much blood the Red Cross donate and turning my show into your favorite conspiracy show? Okay, no. Stay on task. Make sure your comprehension level is up to par, and you'll be okay. But we following the yellow brick road. Okay, that's what we doing. And as I said, the brother even went as far as to say the Amber Room. We was reading something yesterday about the man on the horse, and here go the Amber Room right here, and here go George Washington right here. Same statue, and they trying to tell me that's something else. No, it's not. No, it's not. You just don't know what it is. You don't know what they've stolen. That's all. You just don't know what it is. I've been studying this for 2 and all a lot of men can say, no, hell no. Don't even waste my time with the and the period and period I'm well past that. If you are there, it's best that you just don't even call in. I'm gonna be real. I'm so 2 years just giving niggas that and you still on period and period no matter what subject matter we on, you wasting my energy. You're not you're taking advantage of my time and my spirit. That's how you gotta treat it. What? You taking advantage of my soul. Press 1. I'm putting too much work in for my spirit to be tampered and played with by individual. I'm doing too much work. You hear me? For motherfuckers to be sitting on up around me talking about, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be studying right now. Study something. I'm studying how the Red Cross and the Nazis and Stalin murdered millions of African Americans. Press 1. Stole their trust. Press 1. How Woodrow Wilson is Pope Pius. That's why they both fucked you over. Press 1. Press 1. And you got to do something. There ain't no time to be nice. Did you hear them brothers from Brooklyn? It ain't no time to be nice. No, as a man, and you been around Kev this whole time, G, I wouldn't call in either one, Mike. Press 1, I wouldn't call in either. Press 1, I wouldn't call in either. You know what? I'll bullshit too, one, Mike. You know what? I'll bullshit too. I'll say, fuck it. I'll just pretend like I'm a help. I'll just look at Kev and be around and check and see what he typing every now and then leave. And when he asks me something, then run away and come back. Listen, I'm too grown for that type of behavior. I'm trying to help you because you said you needed help. But y'all niggas want to waste my time. Press 1 when I'm trying to help generations. That's not happening. That's not happening. You feel me? So that's what I said. Y'all might as well pick a subject. Y'all might as well pick a subject and get used to learning something and putting it together. You feel me? Putting it together. You ain't even got to pass me no notes. I got all the notes. I'm way up here at the Man in the High Castle. I'm way up here with George Washington Gillespie. Press 1, y'all got to catch up. I'm over here with George Washington. And a lot of people don't even know who that is. And they was brainwashing these people way back then. They got 6 to 8 million dead bodies in Italy in the catacombs. All soldiers, just dead people. And nobody asking. If it was their people, they would have burials. They would care about their people. It wouldn't be a damn tourist attraction if it was their people.
Hi, Deborah.
Deborah, you're on the air. What's up, Deborah?
Hey, I want to thank you so much. God bless you, son. You have brought me to my knees many times. And I see that Daughters of the Revolution was the group that they tried to get me to join, and I refused.
You remember that, huh? You remember that?
Yes, sir. I'm peeling my family apart, and it's all, they're going to come with me or they're going to fry. It's Daughters of Revolution in my family and Boy Scouts.
So the Daughters of Revolution, what were they doing?
They're maintaining the lie. Sons of Revolution, the medals have a white cross on them with a laurel wreath in the back with a red scarf around the neck. There's just some significance there to that white cross for those sons of the American Revolution. They hold a lot of importance into it. But I'm finding a lot of old medals that aren't supposed to be there, according to the DD-214.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love
crazy.
you, and I thank you so much, King.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Have a blessing evening. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. See? It's real. I'm not lying to you. I've been in places, look, I've been to flea markets and bought medals, war medals, and seen things from storage units that were just like, what the fuck? Had I known you can sell that stuff on eBay per picture, I would have bought it. You know what I mean? I was just like, what the hell is all these medals? This from World War what? And I'm reading shit. I'm like, damn, he got American and German. I ain't knowing. It looked German or Russian. I'm like, damn, this old man was popping. He had it going on. But now that I know, yes, and I think that's the beauty of it. When you get, of course, older women like that to call into the show to verify, and it's no better on the black section because they use blacks under the guise of Russian communism on why they had to be put down as Black Panthers. White people know that. Oh, they was Russian. They was fucking with the Russians. And to this day, that's why they use y'all, Tamika Mallory and them, press 1, to insert the fact, the black fits, that blacks and Russians are colluding with the Democrats to overthrow American constitutional ways. It's the same historical theater being played out. And I'm just in real time catching it. Like, all of a sudden, the black fits is back up. Fucking Candace on. What they're talking about is the theater of it. It's the symbol of it that you not understanding. And I think that's, some people see, some people don't. I love it. I love just discovering new things. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Fighting child support don't make...
Sir, stop it. Bacon storage in Fresno, I knew something. Yeah, but... Yeah. But, we didn't pay attention in school to white man history. We didn't pay attention to that shit. We graduated the simple way when it came to history and got up out of there. We really didn't put our minds to the timelines, because if we did, we would have caught it. And black folk, we be catching shit. But what we did not catch was the timeline manipulation. And this is where they get time travel from. Is time travel is possible? Yes. Now that I know how they operated, time travel, it is not only possible. Grover Cleveland, William Howard. It's the same. Different years, the same motherfucker. Well, yes, time travel, all that shit. Anything in Wonderland, which is time immemorial. Press 1. Anything in Wonderland. Anything. So it's a good time to like think about good shit, you know, because when I found out that when I seen this Article 36 and seen the Red Cross at the top and everything in my mind just was like, whoa. And then you go into the Swiss banking system and what it allows from foreign agencies to work up under is like, damn, so that's how they were legally allowing Nazis to creep in through Catholicism, because the church, it's all run through the church. So the Nazi was German. The Nazi was German. Well, of course, the Nazi was Catholic. So to get him to turn American, to get the Nazi to turn American, he got to go through Catholicism. You get it? To get a Nazi or a Russian to turn American, they got to go through Catholicism. You hear me? They got to go through Catholicism. So they all become Catholics. That's how the Nazis got here. Then they were given new identities. They were given new identities. You know it's true. They was given new identities, and they said, "You now are the Michael Goldberg. Press 1. You work at restaurant. Press 1. You're the manager. Press 1." They just give them. That's what it is. They joined the different organization to pass down the trust. Exactly, Mo Bars. That makes perfect sense. And they busted open the trust by forming different organizations that apply to different nations outside of you.
Not like this.
They broke that bitch down. Good point. I'm glad you said that. I knew I was waiting where I was. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it. Exactly. That's it. Every organization, then you got Polish and then Jewish. The Jews is Russian. The Jews, you can be any Jew. Anybody can be a Jew except you. Everybody, Russian Jew, German Jew, African Jews, they welcome all to Israel. Everybody but you. Facts. That's the whole world. United Nations. United Nations and Israel probably created the same year. Press 1. Right there in Washington. Right there in New York. All the way over here. Busted open that trust. They split it down into corporations and do all of the trust busting out the illegal corporation. Facts. And I bet you if you challenge it at the Supreme Court using Levitical and ecclesiastical law and under the grounds of the colonial Americans and George Washington, oh yeah, you can beat them up all day. You can get better and better. Fact, you can beat them up. You can practice. You can practice with these people today. Listen, the bar don't even know the law. They're barred. They're barred. All you got to do is get them to hear the case, pretty much. because they are obliged to follow law and order. So they're barred. That's why they got you barred. Because they're fucked. Brother one, you got to make a plea. See? You a special case. You got to plea there, right there. Plea to God right there. You petition God right there at the Supreme Court, right there. And you kick their ass. That's the point. That's what they there for, to get their ass kicked with the law and be reminded what their position is. Press 1. That's it. That's it. Martin Luther King, that's what I'm saying. When these brothers start realizing, like, damn, this ain't going. They're gonna get our check. They giving millions and millions of acres away to Irish and all that. He was naming them people who was getting big acres because Dr. King was helping that shit. They always use black face to pass revenue laws to get themselves naturalized, neutralized, and satisfied. Press 1. That's just the truth. So you got to learn that. You got to know that. You can't just be bobbing your head to the beat. Nipsey said, nigga, I don't even listen to niggas if I can't learn nothing from them. And I think that's what we got to do. We got to, it's all about where you got your ear as an individual. You know what I'm saying? You got your ear in deaf and you are wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom. That's on you. Everybody got a choice. Everybody got a choice to put like old boy who called in and said about the service thing. He can't. I'm a service to you, and he can't understand that this is a service, and not just a service, but I'm walking in my own purpose. This truth has always been in the nigga. So, expressing that through language, expressing your mind through language this way, he just mad because he can't do it. And me knowing that, he hate that I know that part of his antics. You know that he got to really just sit there and know that he can't tap into himself at all and can't express himself clearly at all. You know what I mean? He want to go back and forth, and he want me to argue with him and lose my composure and stuff. And once I learned that, he just playing. He just like a little kid who keep walking in Big Brother room with all his friends in there smoking weed and shit. He just want, hey, God, get out of here. That's all he want. And he's happy there. He's happy there. Shout out to Crystalline. Shout out to you, the Holloway family. Shout out to you, Muhammad. Hey, Muhammad. Shout out to you, King. Michelle Walker. Shout out to you, Raxine Casper. Shout out to you, Kevin Glover, for no plausible deniability. Shout out to you, TC, for press 1. Taj, shout out to you. Kevin James, shout out to you. James Colden, shout out to you. Jason Harris, shout out to you, King. Another beautiful day. Like I say, sign up to the patreon.com/KevGillsTV. I'm going to get up out of here. More, of course, history. Now that we identifying these corporations and they're the war, you'll be able to put this down in a complex manner. Come over to Discord and we'll finish talking about it there. And, I was thinking, why not just everybody can just take part in the grand explanation of it? So I know people are studying probably one or two things at a time, but you can actually just, long as you're appropriately leaving great discussion about what you're posting and how it relates, feel free. Just make sure you're at the correct tier. And if you want to be on the show, because my trolls is coming, just get on the Patreon, as well as I'm gonna open up the phone and video calls from Patreon. From Discord. So Coffee and Kush TV, thanks y'all. And as always, I'll holla.